Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirsho here, and now, before we do begin, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. We had Deku. Deku popped back up in Gotham again. He even encountered Bruce. He also saw Batgirl while she was on duty. Now, a lot of things are happening with Deku right now. He is trying to hunt down the Joker. And Bruce? He got into a chase with Deku, and the two actually had a conversation. And Red even revealed that he didn't really like Batman's methods. He's gone soft. He always thought that they were wrong. I mean, Batman's philosophy: if you kill a killer, the number of killers remain the same in the world. But the Red Hood's philosophy: that's because you fucking stop. The reason why that number stays the same is because you don't go after those killers once you have blood on your hands. I mean, there are some times where killing may be off the table. Maybe. But Red, he sees it as the only solution at this point. There are people who they re-offend in Gotham. They're out the next week and doing the same damn thing. The police are corrupt, and Batman started this crusade because he wanted to save the city. But what he's not doing is saving the city. He's a grown man playing dress up, fighting the bad guys. That's it. This is just a game to him. That's how the Red Hood perceives it. And right now, he's about to make this game an actual fucking duty to accomplish. Something with a goal. Now that the goal is set, there is just the problem of making it and getting it there. Getting to the end of that race. Now, right now, Deku, he actually does someone sit outside of a building. And he does just stare at it. As he's wondering about going in. He's gonna try and encounter Barbara Gordon. But here, this place definitely seems like a bad idea. Now, Deku is gonna walk in. And right now there is where he's gonna walk into an area and at least try and talk to a few people. As there is where he does get told about what's gonna be happening before they do start. Now, Deku, he does get some coffee. And there is where he does get someone sit down in a group of people in a circle. And he does actually someone gonna look around before he does go see Barbara Gordon, who does still somewhat sit there in the chair. However, she does actually have a cane right next to her. Now, Deku does see Barbara. It's definitely kind of surprising. She's the daughter of Commissioner Gordon, and she's Batgirl. The fact that nobody seems to be able to piece that together, it's strange. I mean, it'd be obvious. Joker shoots Barbara Gordon and Batgirl goes missing. No one ever thought about it. But then again, Kate popped up around that time, didn't she? The disappearance of Batgirl was concerning to her. She must have known it was Barbara Gordon, and that's how she's involved with the Bat family now. That'd be what Deku just think. And right now, they do just want to turn to Deku, asking if he would like to share about his traumatic experiences in the past. Hmm? Oh, uh, that's that's a little bit complicated. Hmm? Nonsense. Please take your time. That's what this session's all about. We all go at our own pace, and we'll allow each other to understand. The better we understand things, the more we can process them, and the more that this does feel safer to everyone. Does everyone understand? Now, the person they do go to look around, seeing some people agree and some people somewhat argue. And Deku right now, he does somewhat going to stand up, going to turn and set his coffee down on the table. Now, Deku he does then go to look around. Before he does tell everybody, his experiences in the past are very complicated. He moved to Gotham with his parents whenever he was very young. His dad was involved in an accident with, he thinks it was Black Mask's crew. He doesn't know for certain. His parents, they had money after the life insurance, and that said quite a bit. But I mean, that's just starting things off. His mother was a junkie. Now, a lot of people do stare at Deku hearing that word. Some of them, yeah, they uh they know what he went through. Now, Deku, he does continue on, expressing to them. Growing up, it was definitely difficult. I mean, he never really did a lot. The only time he had food sometimes was school lunches. And then there was actually whenever his mom got a bit more abusive. She started hitting him and beating him, and then she pulled him out of school. Then there was no more lunch. Some days he would starve in his room. Some days he hid under his bed and ignored the loud music playing and the strangers his mom had over. He tried to steal some money from her too. He felt bad about it, but thinking back on it, he did what he had to do. His mom always passed out with a few extra dollars in her back pocket. Sometimes he'd actually even check her purse. It wasn't often that she had large bills, but whenever she did, he always took smaller ones. He took more and more of the smaller ones, and she would never notice. Eventually, she OD'd. And that's a whole other story about how he found her that day. He remembers. He was only 9 years old when that happened. Then growing up in the system, he had a abusive relationship with his father. Now, I bet they do somewhat look at Deku confused. However, the way Deku said father, there was disdain there. There was a bit of anger. And a few people start to actually somewhat clap before at least expressing to Izuku that he'll be alright. And the person, they do at least try to talk to him because that definitely was a lot to unpack. And right now Deku just goes on look down at his coffee before he's going to bring it up to his lips and sip it. Before Deku, he actually's going to look up and see Barbara Gordon, who right now she is staring back at him. Now, Deku, he does go look up towards Barbara. And Barbara, she does somewhat go to smile and go to somewhat nod. Before she does at least go to bring up her cane. Now, there actually is where a few more people just to share their own stories and experiences. And, well, they even share about the abuse they've experienced from people nearby them. Now, Deku, yeah. Right now he does so go to extend his list. These people, they need some closure. He's willing to provide that for free because he wants his own. Now, right now Deku, he does actually go to walk over and get another cup of coffee. Tonight's going to be a bit of a busy night. He wants to be able to have that caffeine now, piss it out in 20 minutes or so, and then be up all night. Okay, so let's see. How to approach Barbara Gordon? Talk to her. Try and get information. No. Barbara Gordon, she used to be Oracle. Hacking and networking data. Her place. Definitely gonna have to try and get there. But then again, her address. That's confidential. Police concealed off the records after Joker. Now, they're gonna think to follow Barbara home. However, that does feel a little invasive. But as long as he does it as the Red Hood, that might be a bit better. But she's trained and she might notice him. So he'll have to keep to the back alleys. I'll have to... Yeah, okay. He has a plan there. Now, Deku is going to hear a voice. Hi. Now, he'll go to turn. And there actually is where Barbara, she's going to ask him if she can get another cup too. Yeah, sure. I'm not the one who bought it. Thanks. Her going to step forwards and start to make her own cup of coffee, asking him exactly if all that stuff he said about his dad was true. Yeah. He often found a lot he could use to beat me. The good thing back. And right now he does have the image of a man holding a crowbar over his head. And Deku just tried to think. He wishes it was replaced by an image of a man holding a belt. He wishes it was just that simple. Now, Deku, he actually does try and keep his face steady. He tries to not show the anger on his eyes, or the expression as he doesn't feel his teeth begin to grind together. And Barbara, she does go so and turn and see Deku. As right now, Deku, he does have that mental image of dear old dad. Now, Barbara does try to ask him if he's okay. Deku's not going to snap back to reality before going to tell her, yeah, sorry, he remembered a little too vividly. I'm sorry about that. Um, it gets better. Does it now? I'm not too sure. Honestly, it it messed me up for a while whenever I finally got taken away from them. I just got used to the beatings. I'm sorry about that. Not much else I could do. New family's been better help though. The old one sort of abandoned me, is the whole thing. Are you okay? I can give you my number if you want to talk. Yeah, yeah. How about coffee next time? Now, Barbara doesn't look at a smile. And Deku, he does try to take the opportunity, asking if he can walk Barbara back home, since Gotham is a pretty dangerous city. Now, Barbara, she does this one smile, and she does at least tell him he really doesn't have to do that. I mean, she may walk with a cane, but she's not defenseless. I mean, it's pretty solid. Now, they could try to tell her. Maybe, but he's got something a little sturdier than a cane. Now, Barbara's a bit confused, and Deku he does want to at least bring out his jacket and show Barbara a piece. And right now Barbara, she just won't see that. Before Deku is going to close his jacket and tell her, don't worry, he has a license for it. Now, Barbara, yeah. This guy, he cares about his own safety. And he tried to not make that a big flashy point by showing it to everyone. Hmm. Uh, sure. Your name was... Deku just think back. The Joker burned a J on his face. And, well, he doesn't introduce himself as Jason. No. Right now, there actually is Barbara, who could introduce herself. Barbara Gordon. Jason. Jason. Now, Deku, he just says a false last name. And right now, Barbara is going to believe it. As Deku, him and Barbara do to leave. And Barbara, yeah, she does want to fall into his trap. He wanted to find out where she lived. And he eventually did. As he did go to tell Barbara about how he'll see her again some other time. Now, Barbara went walking up to her apartment. And she just turned and waved him off. And Deku, he just left. He'll come back here some other time. When Miss Gordon is out on patrol. That would be good, right? Let's see. 7 days from now. That sounds good. She should be on patrol. No, no. Unless there's something planned to get in the way. It won't happen right. Okay, yeah. Now, right now Deku, he does gotta walk back to the place to get his bike. And there actually is where Deku, he does head out later that day. Right now he does need to head out on patrol. And Deku, he does actually go to do so. Since tonight, he currently is in another chase. As right now, he does go to run from Nightwing. And Nightwing, he's actually a bit more surprised. Impressed? I mean, this guy's got good training. Nightwing going to leap from a tall building. Him going to roll as he does actually land onto the ground. Now, Nightwing going to roll and go to throw his layup. Him going to jump and leap to another building. As there actually is where he does go see the Red Hood. And Deku does going to turn and aim a gun at Nightwing, blasting 3 bullets directly at him. And Nightwing, he does try to dodge out of the way of 2 of the bullets. And there actually is where one, it does going to graze him whenever he does going to dodge. And Deku could just tell Nightwing, "Come on, Boy Wonder. He's got to do better than that. Where's the new one?" Now, Nightwing tried to tell him, "The new one's a bit busy. Besides, he couldn't come out to play. Because there is Batman, though." And Deku, he does actually turn. And there actually is where Batman, he does some grappling in and onto the building. Him going to fly down with his cape. Now, Deku does go see that dramatic entrance. And right now, Batman, he does actually stand there trying to tell the Red Hood to stand down. And Red, he does look directly at Bats, trying to tell him how that's not really going to happen. He told him once before, didn't he? He's going to find the Joker. I mean, he's gotten a bit of a lead. He's got people on the inside. He's got information. So he wants to know, where exactly has he done things wrong? This being where he does go to throw out smoke pellets from his belt. And Deku, he does just jump backwards up onto the side of the building. Before he does actually leap backwards and off. Him going to bring his hand down towards his belt. Now, Deku, he actually does go to grab his grappling hook. And whenever he does go to shoot it out, there actually is where Batman, he does go to give chase. Now, Deku right now, he does go to lead Batman on. And this time whenever Batman, he does find Deku, he does currently go running across the rooftop again. And Deku, he is trying to make this a bit more interesting. He wants to try and lead Bruce to Crime Alley. But Bruce, he's getting a lot faster. Did the old man finally decide to start juicing on Venom? It would help him out in his old age. No. Deku, he does think that. And Bruce, he currently does just try and shoot out a grappling hook at Deku. And Deku, he does actually leap off the building and turn. Him seeing the hook, as instead of going to bring his hand down towards his own grappling hook, he goes to reach for his knife. Now, Deku is just going to grab his knife and pull it out, him sliding it and slicing into the hook. Him going to turn and tell Bruce about how he has to try better than that. Now, Deku does go tumbling down right now, and smashing down onto some train tracks, before he does a turn and see that a train, it's definitely coming his way. And he does go to look up towards the Dark Knight, as he does try to tell Bruce, he's gotten worse with age. Then again, he can have some improvements. Come on, this being where the train is going to ride directly by Deku. And Deku this time, he does bring up his grappling hook. Him going to aim and shoot, as the train, it does get latched onto. And Deku, he does going to actually relax his body before the hook does go to start getting pulled taut. And Deku, he does just jump up and lean into it. Now, the train is going to start pulling Deku in. And Deku does start to reel in the grappling hook. Him being able to actually grab onto the side, as right now Bruce does going to see the Red Hood disappear. And that's not good. He can't catch up to that train. But he's even more concerned. His line was cut. There's a select number of people who know how to cut his lines. And that was practiced, trained. Whoever taught him how to do that, they did good. Now, Deku, he does go to head back to his apartment. And right now, he does go to pop some painkillers and some sleeping pills. As right now, he does go to sit down on his bed and grab up towards his left arm. Him going to feel his left shoulder. Yup, that train stunt. Ooh, something just popped. Yeah, he's definitely going to need to ice that in the morning. Now, Deku does sit there, and right now their ears are someone just come stepping forwards. Deku going to pull up a gun as he does it to aim it out, and Lady Shiva does come stepping forwards. What are you doing, Shiva? They're going to lower the gun and go to just hold it still in his hand. I've come here because a few things have been happening. You say that. What is it? Anything new with the League? No, nothing more interesting. However, the information I have, I need a favor for a favor. Really? Yes. You do know what this means. Let me guess. You want my help and I'll owe you something. We already cut even last time, Shiva. Yes, but you'll want to owe me a favor. Because I can give you information on the Joker. Now, Deku says stand up and turn directly towards her, stepping forwards. Talk. Good. I need your help on another assignment. And this assignment, it's going to be a bit tricky. I need to take someone out. Someone who doesn't want to die. Can you help out? I can, but I want more information. Tell me now. Meanwhile, over at the Batcave, Batman still just sit there in the chair. And he's thinking. He taught Jason how to do that trick. He taught Grayson that trick. He taught Izuku that trick. He taught Tim that trick. He taught Barbara that trick. There are very few metals and weapons that can cut his lines. Knowing what that metal's made of, that's the tricky part. Knowing how to cut his line, that's also a tricky thing. The amount of force required. Yeah. He either knows someone who knows how to do this type of shit, or he taught him. And he doesn't like the possibilities. Now, Bruce currently just going to pull up a few things. And there actually is Tim, who he does come walking down into the Batcave. And right now, Bruce, he doesn't sit there brooding. And Tim, he actually does someone go to walk down and see Bruce, who has information on the screen. Asking Bruce what's going on. Nothing. I'm trying to find out identities on the Red Hood. Possible leads. I'm building a case. And my evidence, it's pointing me somewhere it shouldn't. What do you mean, Bruce? I don't know. For once, I hope I'm wrong. Because if I'm not, then a lot of things might happen. And I'll need to talk to someone. I'll need to go visit someone. Now, Bruce right now, he is a bit more confused. He's seen the methods employed by this Red Hood, the vendetta, and, well, that's just it. A vendetta, training similar to his early days, and the urge to kill the Joker. But there's no way. Bruce right now going to walk forwards. Before he does stand in front of a grave. And right now he does read the name. Izuku Midoriya. He remembers the day they had to bury him. He remembers the day he found him. It wasn't... He didn't want to take on another Robin. He couldn't feel like he could handle it at the time. But there was Tim. Aggressive. He actually found out his identity. He actually figured out how to solve the Batman problem. He's a great detective. With training and proper guidance, he'll be a perfect Batman. Maybe a better man than him. He doesn't let the trauma define him. But that's what Batman is. Bruce Wayne's inner child defined. Now, Bruce does still stare at the headstone. And right now he does try to talk to Deku. Hoping that he really is still down there. And still resting. Because, well, he's gonna need to try and take on the Red Hood. a bit more aggressively. Because the Joker, he's out in the wild. Now, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed, and to have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.